everyone, I'm Sujin. Welcome to my channel. Today's video is going to be a very long video, so I will have the timestamp in the description box below, and you will see the chapters across the timeline of the video as well. So please feel free to jump to the section of your choice. For today's video, I will share my luxury shopping VAT refund during my stay in Paris, Christmas week of 2022, and US customs tax. When you are in a foreign country, make sure to have a credit card with no foreign transaction fee. You do not want to pay more than what it is. When using a no foreign transaction fee credit card, always pay in local currency. The merchants can use what is called a dynamic currency conversion, and this allows them to show you the cost in the local currency or dollars in real time. However, there is a built-in conversion fee markup that often is much higher than what the payment network charged for the US dollar. Plus, if you choose dollar, you may have to pay a foreign exchange fee because a foreign bank will process the transaction. From what I saw on the screen after my credit card was swiped, if I chose to pay in US dollar, the merchant exchange rate was €1 to $1.11, plus a 3.5% fee. When I completed my transaction in euros on my credit card statement, the exchange rate was €1 to $1.07 with no other fees added. So, bottom line is to use your credit card with no foreign transaction fee and always choose the local currency. VAT stands for Value Added Tax. It is equivalent to sales tax here in the States. 20% VAT is added to purchase price in France. So if you are a traveling foreigner, you can get a VAT refund, which is a perk from the local residents. On a side note, you don't get all the VAT back. You only end up with a portion of it. Make sure to carry your passport when you are shopping. As long as you are spending over €100 in a single transaction, you qualify for the VAT refund. The luxury boutique will file all the paperwork for you. And the department store has their own DETAXE department where they do the VAT refund paperwork for up to 3 days. They will give you an envelope with the tax-free form and sales receipt inside. Depending on the luxury brand, they will choose to use Global Blue and Planet Tax-Free Company, which are the two most common. When you are filing your VAT refund paperwork, the SA will ask how you want to receive your tax refund. The option is cash and credit card of your choice. If you opt for the cash refund, there is a higher processing fee, hence you are getting less money back. Depending on the luxury brands, the tax return rates are different. From my knowledge, Hermes is 10%, Chanel is 13%, Gucci, Goyard, Celine are at 12%. Van Cleef & Arpels and Cartier is 12%, but if you spend €30,000 or more, then it is automatically upgraded to 16.66%. Global Blue and Planet also takes a small portion as a processing company involved. From what the VAT refund amount noted on your paperwork, you will end up with less than the actual amount. So for a 20% VAT, it goes down to 10 to 16.66% from the luxury boutiques, and now further down from those companies taking a cut as well. Before heading to the airport, take pictures of all your tax-free forms. If you do not get a refund back into your account, you will need the barcode number to contact the processing company. My Cartier SA told me about the Global Blue VIP Lounge. I really love the lounge. They were able to help you get a faster refund, and they'll explain the whole VAT refund process and what I need to do at the airport to make it seamless. From going to the airport DETAXE kiosk, validating the forms, what I need to do if I get a red unvalidated form, and what the customs officer will need to stamp on my form after checking with them, and lastly, to drop off the tax-free forms at the drop-off mailbox. It was very helpful. First thing to do when I arrive at Charles de Gaulle Airport is to locate the DETAXE kiosk. Make sure not to check in your luggage with the items purchased in Paris. The custom officer might have to take out the items for them to check. It is best to have all your purchased items on your carry-on. All items purchased in Paris was placed inside my big blue bag. It is actually a cooler bag. It is really light, somewhat maintains the shape, but also can be squashed. The process is very straightforward and easy, but at the same time, kind of confusing. What I was told from the sales associates and at Global Blue VIP Lounge was different from what actually happened at the airport. So you go to the DETAXE kiosk. You select the language of choice, then scan your forms one by one. If you get a green color, it's all good to go, and it got the validated form. With the red, you got a non-validated form. So you will have to take that form to the customs desk. So my non-validated form was, of course, my Cartier purchase. There was no line at the customs officers. The customs officer checked the form and asked to show items for inspection. They were checking it out for some time, but luckily I didn't have any people behind me, so I didn't feel uncomfortable. And here is where I was confused. The customs officer said, "Okay, you are done," and hands me my tax form paper, and that I don't have to drop off any of the forms at the drop-off mailbox. At Global Blue VIP Lounge, I was told that if I get a red non-validated form from the kiosk, then I would need to go to the customs officer and get a stamp of approval and then drop off my form at the drop-off mailbox. So I told the customs officer that I needed the stamp so I could drop it off at the mailbox. And he said that I don't need the stamp and I don't need to drop off any forms to the mailbox. It is all done electronically. I was so confused and I started to get so stressed. So long story short, the customs officer stamped my tax form, and I did end up dropping my forms in the drop-off mailbox. And inside the drop-off mailbox, there were only a few envelopes. I'm sure the customs officer thought I was crazy, and it's probably like a new rule that they started to implement. But I didn't care. I was going to do what I was told at Global Blue VIP Lounge, since they are the ones who will refund my money. So that is all for the tax-free form processing. And now you just wait. From what I hear from my friends, the VAT refund process is getting much easier and smoother from what it used to be years ago. I got my Global Blue refund within a week. For Planet Tax Free, it's been 2 months and I still haven't received the refund. So I will contact them shortly. I was quite busy with my work, so I had put that aside. But definitely, I have the pictures of my tax form, so I'm not too worried. Now on to duty-free shopping. I was at Terminal 2L. Shopping at the airport duty-free stores, the stores already excludes the VAT from the price. And this is so great since you don't have to deal with Global Blue, Planet tax-free processing companies where they actually take a cut from your refund. I prefer shopping at the airport actually. It was just so much easier. Processing fee isn't much, but it is still something. And I like to maximize my savings if I can. We landed in Los Angeles, LAX International Terminal. Now on to paying customs import tax when you arrive home in the US. Each traveling families are exempt $800 per person. I was traveling with my fiance, so our amount of exempt was $1,600. Anything purchased more than that, then I would have to claim and pay import taxes. If you have seen my Paris purchase videos, I have done some serious damage. I only purchased a couple items, but the cost was pretty hefty. US Custom Officer asked my fiance if he purchased anything. And since it was less than $800, he was a pass and no need to claim anything. And then the officer asked me, and I said, yes, my purchase is above $800 and I need to declare for customs tax. And he kept on asking me how much. And I felt very uncomfortable since there were people behind me and sandwiched like to the right and to the left where there were people in lines. So I quietly said it's more than $50K. The officer said, thank you for your honesty and please wait on the side. Another officer came to escort us. We went down the escalator and he asked if we have to claim our luggage. And we said no because we only had carry-ons. So we got escorted to the US Customs tax area and it was empty. We were the only ones there. The officer asked for all my receipts. I gave him all my receipts and he saw this one piece of paper where I wrote down all my purchase with the price. So he said that he will use my notepaper with all my purchase. He said he trusts me. The officer said he would exempt $1,600 since we are 2 people and didn't include what my fiance purchased. So here is the tax breakdown. For bags, handbags, it is 9%. For jewelry, it is 5%. For clothing, it is 3.3%. When I heard 9%, I was shocked. I mean, that's pretty up there, really high. Also, make sure to deduct 20% VAT tax. You don't want to be taxed on a tax. whatever the highest percentage tax, here in my case was the handbag. So the officer deducted the exempt cost of $1,600 towards my handbag. The way the officer calculated the tax was very archaic. He literally calculated on a tri-fold white napkin. I thought he would punch in the numbers in his computer and get the final tax amount. But I was just mind blown that he did it on a paper. And not just a paper, but on a napkin. And he had to calculate it twice since he forgot to convert euros to dollars. He looked up the exchange rate on Google and used that rate for conversion. And he shows me the trifold napkin with all the deduction and the cost of the tax for each. He stated that he gave me a cut for my honesty. I believe I only ended up paying only 3% tax for the whole purchase. At the end, I asked the officer if he can give me a further discount since in my head, the rules are pretty lenient and my fiance was giving me this eye of embarrassment. And the officer looks at me and said, "You know how much you spent in Paris." When he said that, I just laughed it out and wished him a happy holiday and a happy new year. My experience with the LAX customs officer was very positive. He didn't ask me to take any of my items out of my luggage. It did take him some time to literally calculate the tax of each item. I hear how some people lie and don't declare, and I think that's pretty risky. I mean, yes, maybe you might get lucky and get a pass, but I didn't want to take that risk. My friend also told me that if the US Customs tax line is packed, then they will also let people pass without collecting tax. I don't know, this US Customs tax it's not very set in stone. It's kind of very lenient and they could kind of do whatever they want, it seems like. Overall, I would like to say my officer was very nice to give me a big discount. I'm not going to complain about paying 3% in import taxes. I hope you enjoyed this video and was helpful. And if you did, don't forget to give a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel and hit the bell notification so that you don't miss any of my future videos. I hope to see you back here and thanks for watching. Bye!